Hey guys, you ever hear about Live for Love TV? I want you to like, share and subscribe. Check it out, it's a bomb.
Welcome back to Live for Love TV. Today's the 18th day of the 9th month of the 22nd year inside the 21st century. Hope everyone's doing well out there. Today, I just want to make a clarification on a lot of the videos, or I wouldn't even say a lot, a few videos I did back in the day. I'll make a clarification for those people who haven't got me right on some of the things I've said. Some of the videos I did when it came to male-female relationships was aimed at females, to tell them what men are really like and how I believe women who want to be in a healthy relationship with a man should go about their business. And these are generalizations. These weren't just direct personal issues, and there were more generalizations, such as respecting your man, having a healthy respect for him, generally listening rather than argumentative all the time, and generally being at peace with that person rather than trying to be confrontational all the time. Because I've always said, and you probably know, if you're of a woman of a certain age, it just doesn't work. You may turn around and say, well, the man was just not strong enough for me. He couldn't take my confrontation. I don't agree. I don't agree at all. I think it's just that he realizes that this is not the way he wants to conduct a relationship. But in saying that, now you have a lot of people on YouTube, on these videos, that are in this, what they call a manosphere, where they're trying to, redress the balance from what's happened since the 90s, where the females seem to be in charge, and not just in the workplaces, but on the social medias, and you hear all these channels and women saying what they want from a man and what level he should be and how tall he should be and all that. So you've got this manosphere that has now come apparently to redress the balance. But I don't address those things that much, because I think that any sensible woman should be able to see through some of these guys. I always say I will never and have never joined any man club. I've joined no man club when it leaves out females. Now, if there is a man club, I don't care if it's a male army or men together, talking together as brethren and stuff like that, that's perfect. So long as the number one agenda in that man club, and there's no females there, is females and our young. The protection of the females in our group and in our community, and the protection of the young. Any group or any men or any set among them that I go amongst that don't have that as their number one agenda after everything else they want to talk about, I'm out of there. I don't get involved with them, because to me, that's the kind of groups you get, where you get all these what they call simps and beta men and weak men and coward men. They come together with other men to talk down women, or to talk like they're strong. And some of them found their way to Mr. Kevin Samuel's channel, and they used to come up and make all these comments about women as if they're strong because they're talking on his channel, or they're talking with men where men are together. And when the female comes around, they're sort of they can't say it to the female. So I wouldn't join any group like that, because that's the only reason men. Remember, we're a package deal, male and female, as far as I'm concerned. So if I've joined a group of men, it's always got to be to protect the females, to protect the young. What other reason would I join a group that doesn't have that as its number one agenda? Even if it's a football group, I don't care what it is. If it's a science group, women can never be lowered down in that group, in my estimation, as that's a group I would never be part of. And I've been around a lot of brethren, a lot of men in their groups and stuff like that, and I've had to walk away from them when I realized this is a bunch of what we call, as Rasta would call them, weak hearts. They're weak hearts. They come together like a gang, they're all cowards together, and they start talking negatively about females. And I say that this is what's happening mostly in the current, what they call manosphere. Most of the men you see, not all of them, but most of the men you see, in this manosphere, they come on the YouTube, they come on social media, TikToks and all these places, and they got all these negative things to say about women. They're not really uplifting women in any way. And if they've got a relationship with any woman, that woman, they decide that the way that they become strong is by pushing down that woman, beating that woman down, and making her feel less than a female, less than a woman. Again, that's a weak heart man. That's the kind of man that women should stay clear of. Stay clear of. You've got to look for somebody in your estimation who you respect. You respect him. If you don't respect him, pass him on by. And if you do respect him, you have to start listening to him, because he's going to have your best interests at heart, because he recognizes what you are to him and what you can do for him. I've always said this: if you decide to have a child with a woman, you decide to be a dad, and you decide to dumb down your woman and then wonder why your children have got no sense, you've got to be the biggest fool in town. You can't. The job of a man is to educate his mother, the mother of his children. So then she goes on to help to educate the children when he's not around. That's his job. But you find a lot of men, they don't have this sense, this sort of sense of consciousness in them. They seem like they just want to lie to their women all the time and dumb them down and you know, go on as if they're more intelligent than the woman, and them have sense, and she's there in the house and she hasn't got no sense. And then the children grow up and they got no sense. And then he tries to blame the woman because she brought up his children like a bunch of fools. No, you brought up your children like a bunch of fools by dumbing down your own female, your own partner, your own wife. That should never have happened if you had any sense, any long-term vision to what life is really all about. So always try to educate your wife, your partner, whatsoever. And if she's uneducatable, and if she doesn't want educating, then you need to pass her on by, because you can't do anything for her and she can't do anything for you. Yeah? Can't do anything for you. So this is why I want to talk about the Manosphere, and I'm talking to some of the young bros today. Don't join any male groups that don't have women and young people as their top agenda. Even if no matter what they're talking about, if you hear any negativity going on in that group towards the females, or trying to put them down, or they're less than they should be, they're less than. Any group that does that, you need to move away from that group, because that is a bunch of simp men, as they call them, weak men, coward men. This is what they do. This is what all cowards do. They find groups that they can join, and then they try to attack the others. But individually, they can't stand their own ground. And you don't want to be part of that. But anyway, that was just a quick, not quite rant, but it's a quick correction of some of the things that people may be thinking I'm thinking when I'm telling sisters how to behave around some brothers in order to keep that relationship going. I don't really talk to the men them too often, because I'm hoping that if they're young and they're grown up with the right kind of mum or the right kind of dad, that they've got enough about themselves to know who they should be protecting and why. Take care. Live for Love TV.
People, one step more, one step more, one step more, one step more, until you reach your goals. One step more. This is Live for Love.